The human mind is powerful, mysterious, and full of surprising quirks that shape how you think, feel, and behave. Once you understand these psychological truths, you'll see yourself, and everyone around you, in a completely different way. In this video, we reveal 15 incredible psychology facts that will open your eyes to how your brain actually works. Let's get started. Number 1. Your brain deletes information to stay efficient. Your brain is constantly bombarded with information. Every sound, sight, smell, memory, and thought takes up mental energy, far more than your brain can store. To survive this overload, your brain deletes and compresses information automatically. This process is known as synaptic pruning, and it begins in childhood and continues throughout your life. Your brain strengthens the neural pathways you use frequently and eliminates the ones you don't. This is why practicing a skill makes you better at it, and why unused languages, talents, or memories slowly fade. Your brain is not trying to forget, it's optimizing. It removes clutter so you can think faster and more clearly. This deletion system explains why you can forget conversations, names, or details, even if they seemed important at the time. Without repetition or emotional significance, your brain sees no reason to keep them. In fact, forgetting is a sign of a healthy, efficient mind, not a flawed one. By choosing what you think about, practice, or pay attention to, you literally shape the structure of your brain. Number 2. You make decisions before you realize it. Neuroscientists have discovered that your brain decides before you do, by several milliseconds to several seconds. This happens because the unconscious mind processes information faster than conscious awareness. Brain scans show activity in the decision-making centers before a person becomes aware they have made a choice. This means many of your decisions, what to say, what to eat, whether you trust someone, begin subconsciously. Your conscious mind then creates a story to justify the choice. This doesn't mean you lack free will, but it does mean your unconscious plays a much bigger role in your life than you think. Number 3. Your mind creates false memories easily. Memory feels like a recording, but it works more like a reconstruction. Each time you remember something, your brain rebuilds the memory using fragments of the original event mixed with your beliefs, emotions, and expectations. This means every recall slightly changes the memory. Psychologists call this memory distortion, and it happens because the brain values coherence over accuracy. To keep your personal narrative smooth and consistent, your mind fills in missing information with what seems right, not what actually happened. This is why two people can remember the same event differently, why childhood memories feel dreamlike, and why eyewitness testimonies are often unreliable. Even confident memories can be false. Your brain isn't trying to deceive you. It's trying to protect your identity and story. Number 4. You can only hold about 3 to 4 things in working memory. Your working memory, the mental space used to process information, is much smaller than most people think. While many believe they can juggle multiple ideas at once, the brain can truly hold only around 3 to 4 items. This limit is why lists longer than a few items are hard to remember, why multitasking leads to errors, and why complex instructions feel overwhelming. Your brain evolved this way to conserve energy. Instead of holding everything at once, it constantly refreshes, updates, and replaces information. This is also why distractions instantly break your focus. Understanding your working memory limits helps you structure tasks, conversations, and learning more effectively. Number 5. Your brain treats loneliness like physical pain. Loneliness doesn't just feel uncomfortable. The brain interprets it as a threat to survival. For early humans, isolation meant danger, so the brain evolved to respond with the same alarm signals used for physical pain. This is why a lack of social connection can cause stress, fatigue, inflammation, and even physical aches. The brain is trying to push you back toward the safety of the group. Studies show that social rejection activates the same brain regions as a cut, burn, or injury. Your mind views loneliness as life-threatening. Understanding this helps you take your social well-being seriously, because your brain certainly does. Number 6. Your thoughts can physically change your brain. Your brain is not fixed. It is constantly rewiring itself in response to your thoughts, experiences, and behaviors. This remarkable ability is known as neuroplasticity. Every time you learn something new, practice a skill, or repeat a thought, your brain strengthens existing neural pathways or creates new ones. This means your mindset can literally reshape your brain. Positive thinking, gratitude, problem-solving, and learning activate brain regions that promote growth, resilience, and emotional stability. On the other hand, chronic stress, negativity, and fear reinforce pathways associated with anxiety and overthinking. The most incredible part? Your brain does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences during this process. Even visualizing something can alter neural circuits. Understanding neuroplasticity empowers you to take control of your mental habits. What you think repeatedly becomes what your brain expects, and eventually, what you believe. Number 7. You are biased toward information that confirms your beliefs. One of the most powerful and strange psychological biases is confirmation bias, the tendency to notice, believe, and remember information that supports what you already think, while ignoring anything that contradicts it. This happens because the brain likes consistency. Challenging a belief requires mental energy, discomfort, and sometimes emotional conflict. Accepting confirming information feels easier and more rewarding. This bias influences politics, relationships, self-esteem, and even your daily choices. You may unconsciously avoid information that threatens your worldview or interpret neutral events as proof of what you already believe. Confirmation bias keeps the world predictable, but it can also trap you in mental loops. Becoming aware of it allows you to think more critically and see situations from multiple angles. Number 8. Your brain predicts the future constantly. Your brain doesn't just react to the world, it anticipates it. Every moment, your mind is predicting what will happen next based on past experiences, patterns, and sensory input. This predictive processing helps you move smoothly, understand language, avoid danger, and read social cues. For example, you can predict how someone will finish a sentence or how an object will move based on mental models your brain already built. But prediction isn't perfect. When the brain guesses wrong, you experience confusion, surprise, or even fear. This is why surprises feel intense and why uncertainty makes people anxious. Your brain is constantly comparing reality with its predictions and adjusting your perception accordingly. In a sense, you are always living a split second ahead of experience. Understanding this helps explain illusions, misunderstandings, and why change feels uncomfortable. Number 9. You become like the people you spend time with. Humans are incredibly social creatures, and your brain is wired to mirror the emotions, habits, and behaviors of those around you. This happens because of mirror neurons, specialized brain cells that activate both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else doing it. Over time, the people you interact with most begin shaping your mindset, emotional patterns, and even your personality. If you spend time around confident people, you begin to feel more confident. If you're around negative or anxious individuals, your stress levels may rise without you realizing it. Psychologists call this social contagion, the spread of emotions and behaviors through groups. It applies to mood, habits, motivation, and even risk-taking. This is why choosing your environment and social circle is one of the most powerful ways to change your life. Your brain adapts to the tribe around you, whether you want it to or not. Number 10. Your mind can't tell the difference between real and imagined experiences. One of the most astonishing psychological facts is that your brain responds to imagination as if it were reality. When you vividly imagine an event, like performing on stage, exercising, or facing a fear, the same neural pathways activate as when you actually do it. This phenomenon explains why visualization is such a powerful tool for athletes, performers, and anyone working toward a goal. Repeated mental rehearsal strengthens the same brain circuits used in real-life action. It also explains why anxiety can feel so intense. When you imagine worst-case scenarios, your body responds with real stress hormones, increased heart rate, and tension, even though nothing is actually happening. Your imagination is not just in your mind. To your brain, it's practice. Number 11. You judge someone's trustworthiness in 0.1 seconds. Within a tenth of a second of seeing someone's face, your brain makes a snap judgment about their trustworthiness. This instinctive evaluation happens before you consciously register their features, and it's based on evolutionary survival mechanisms. Ancient humans needed to determine friend or foe instantly. Today, your brain still uses facial cues, such as symmetry, expression, eye openness, and micro-expressions, to form immediate impressions. Most people don't realize how powerful these first impressions are. Even after talking with someone, you tend to interpret their behavior through the lens of your initial judgment, a phenomenon known as the halo effect. This means your first reaction to someone often shapes your entire relationship with them. Understanding this psychological quirk helps you be more aware of your biases and more conscious about the signals you project. Number 12. Your brain focuses more on survival than happiness. Your brain is not designed to make you happy, it's designed to keep you alive. This fundamental truth shapes nearly every thought, emotion, and behavior you experience. The oldest parts of the brain are wired for survival, detecting danger, remembering threats, and avoiding risks. That's why negative experiences leave a stronger emotional impact, why you worry more than you celebrate, and why uncertainty feels uncomfortable. Your brain constantly scans for anything that might harm you, socially, physically, or emotionally. Even embarrassment or rejection can trigger a survival-style response. While happiness is important, it is secondary from an evolutionary perspective. Pleasure is used as a reward for behaviors that aid survival, such as bonding, eating, or achieving goals. But happiness itself is not the brain's priority. Safety is. Understanding this helps you realize why positive thinking requires effort, why fear feels so powerful, and why personal growth often feels uncomfortable. Number 13. You're influenced by colors more than you realize. Colors don't just decorate your environment, they influence your mood, behavior, and even your decision-making. This psychological effect is known as color psychology, and it happens because your brain associates colors with emotional states and survival signals. For example, red increases alertness and urgency because it's linked to danger and heightened emotion. Blue promotes calmness and trust, making it a favorite for corporate branding. Yellow stimulates optimism and attention, while green relaxes the nervous system and reduces stress. These reactions happen automatically. Colors in your surroundings can affect appetite, productivity, confidence, and even how warm or cold a room feels. Marketers, designers, and advertisers use color psychology strategically because it subtly shapes behavior without conscious awareness. Understanding this helps you create environments that support your emotions, whether you want focus, calm, creativity, or motivation. Number 14. Your subconscious controls 95% of your behavior. Most of what you do each day happens automatically, outside conscious awareness. Your subconscious mind controls habits, emotional responses, body language, judgments, and even the way you interpret reality. This is because the conscious mind processes only a tiny fraction of information, while the subconscious handles everything else. It filters millions of sensory details, stores memories, and triggers reactions before you even think. This automation allows you to navigate the world efficiently, but it also means your subconscious beliefs, even outdated or negative ones, can shape your actions without you noticing. Changing subconscious patterns requires repetition, awareness, and intentional habit building. Number 15. Your brain loves mystery. Uncertainty keeps you hooked. Although humans crave stability, the brain is surprisingly addicted to mystery, unpredictability, and suspense. Uncertainty activates the reward centers of the brain because it creates anticipation, a powerful emotional state. This is why cliffhangers are irresistible, why unpredictable people seem intriguing, and why games of chance trigger dopamine spikes. The brain gets excited not by the reward itself, but by the possibility of a reward. Mystery also boosts curiosity, creativity, and motivation. When your brain doesn't know what's coming next, it pays closer attention and becomes more engaged. This psychological quirk explains everything from binge-watching behavior to addictive scrolling patterns on social media. Your brain loves the unknown. It keeps you alert, excited, and wanting more. Thanks for watching. If these psychology facts blew your mind, make sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe for more weekly insights into human behavior and the science of the mind.